Sure, I would do honestly.
And of course, this morning, a very, very auspicious occasion. We are launching here on Morning Live with, of course, the partnerships that we have created, our road to Gibraltar. Gibraltar, you might ask, what's happening in Gibraltar? Well, the Under-21 Netball World Cup taking place in September this year in Gibraltar. And of course, our very own SPA Baby Proteas, they qualified top of the African group. So they will be representing not only South Africa, but Africa as well, along with Malawi and Zambia. So 20 teams participating, and since inception of the Youth Netball World Cup, only 2 countries have ever won it. No prizes for guessing, Australia and New Zealand. But of course, we're hoping to upset the apple cart, and with all the support that netball is getting, I hope that our girls will do well. But it's been a fantastic year, and I've been joined here as we launch the Road to Gibraltar and the Netball Youth World Cup by the President of Netball SA, Cecilia Molokwane to my right, and of course the Honourable Minister of Sports, Arts and Agriculture, I almost took you the Sports, Arts and Culture, not Agriculture, Minister Gayton Mckenzie. Thank you so much to both of you for coming through. Minister, if you will, let me start with Ms. Cecilia Molokwane, who's the President of Netball SA. So this, of course, a great, great achievement for South Africa, but we're not just going there to make up the numbers.
My girls know it. We go and compete, we don't participate. We are not going there to add numbers, because the moment we go there and add numbers, it's not going to work. That's why they're going to play the TNL as a team. And you know they're going to play in the A section, and that's where you get your Cranhams, your Jaguars. And you know when I talk about the Cranhams and the Jaguars, I'm talking about the best teams in the country. So we are going to prepare them well. We took them to Jamaica in January. They hammered Jamaica. And that's what I love, because we all know that when it comes to Jamaica, Jamaica always gives us this tough time. It takes us, 1 or 2 to beat Jamaica, but we were so proud of the Baby Proteas to say they went to Jamaica. They actually beat them 3-0 on the 3 series. The seniors lost 3-0, the Baby Proteas won 3-0.
And I think that is what we're looking at in terms of getting our hopes up. But I want to talk about the qualifiers last year, also happening here in Pretoria, and looking at some of the star players from that tournament. You've got the likes of Sanmarie Visser. And Sanmarie, we've seen step up, not only for the senior team, getting accolades of player of the match during that series in Jamaica and then you went to England, but she's also now been called up to the highest league that everybody aspires to play for. So let's talk about how the players have come through as well.
Look at Sanmarie Visser. I mean, she was not even in the 50 of South Africa. She was in the Under-21. She qualified us. Unfortunately, her age couldn't take us to the World Cup this year. And then we decided we cannot have this talent and not use it in the country. Because one thing that I thought in netball when I got there, players are lost in the system. And I don't understand how they are lost in the system, because you cannot have an Under-21 player who plays and qualifies us, and suddenly the player is no longer there, not even in the senior team, nor on the first 5 team, nor on the president's tour. Then that's why we came up with a system to say we have to have a feeder system. Sanmarie went to Jamaica, surprised all of us. I mean, we even called Santisha, who also qualified us. People don't know that even Santisha qualified us, and she is also in the senior team. So this is what we want to see in the country, that those who are leading the Under-21s are going into the senior team or into the first 5 team to go and play these world tournaments. I mean, she's in Australia now. Who doesn't want to play the Suncorp League? I mean, that's the best league in the world of netball. And you've got Sanmarie at 22 years old. She made history, whether we like it or not.
And it was the talent was clear to see during the qualifiers last year. But then, of course, you also have players like Poppy Nimatangani and, of course, captaining the team. Again, these players are showing their netball coming through and showing at the highest level as well. Also, you've got Carla Victor coming through now. So it's exciting times for netball.
Very exciting times. I mean, by the captain of Poppy Nimatangani, she leads that's a captain I respect. She leads on and off court. I mean, when Luca got injured in Jamaica, Poppy was the one that actually was sitting on the bench because she was just swapped. Then she went and said to him, okay, we're going to do this for you. And this is the kind of leaders you need. And then when I look at her and I look at the way she played at the Jaguars, the way she plays at the under-21, the way she also carries the tax team. Remember, she's from tax. The way she carries the tax team. I mean, that's a leader in the future. And you've got her with the experience of Kamukelo, who's in the Sabc Proteas. You've got them playing in the tax team and doing it for us. So when you look also at players like Giada, I mean, Giada is, people don't know this. Zahara, Giada, and Andrews and Jade are still in school. They are students like this, but they're going to the World Cup. They're doing their matric, and they're going to the World Cup. That's the combination we have and the collaboration we have with schools.
All right, let me put you on pause for a moment as I turn to the Minister. And Minister, I think Cecilia will agree with me that we need to first and foremost say thank you, because without the support of the Department of Sports, Arts and Culture, all of this would have been very difficult, even hosting the World Cup. And thank you for the continued support from the department for netball, because there's something that you say that I like. You always say that a child in sport is a child out of the court. And that is so important, especially for our young girls.
No, definitely. But I think the first thing I want to say is that I want to give props to the President, Cecilia, because I was just listening to her now. She's not just there. I mean, she knows intimately this child is in school. This is the issue. We took this one from there. And that's what we want to see. You know, we have a problem in this country where you have federations that are only there for themselves and not for the players. They know nothing about the players. And that is what I'm addressing very strongly. And I have got very good news for netball. But before I say that, I'm listening to this. You know, we always complain that corporates are not involved. SPA has shown the willingness to be involved. So the SPA, thank you very much. The good news I have.
While you say thank you, I think it would be remiss to not say thank you to Telkom as well, as a big sponsor of netball.
No, definitely. Telkom is, I saw Telkom.
Yes.
After coming to Telkom, I said, you know, to SPA, I want to say thank you very much. To Telkom, I want to say very much. Thank you very much. You know, and these are very encouraging signs. You can't expect government to pay for everything. But for corporates to say, you're doing a good job, you are reporting when we give you money, because the reason why SPA keeps on giving money, because netball gives them, you say this is what we use your money for. And that is what other federations can learn from netball. And the good news I have, the Deputy Minister of Sport, Arts and Culture, Chris Mabe, when we looked at the budget, she fought tooth and nail for netball to get more money. So I mustn't be the one that must be praised for it. If you're going to see a big bump in the money you're getting this year, it's not me. It is the Deputy Minister. She fought. Listen, that woman was willing to lift up do these things with women doing it. She was like, netball. She was giving us such an emotional history. And then the president, our president of South Africa, has given clear instructions to say not next year, but this financial year. But he has made a promise to netball SA for a high performance center that must be built. The president told me, I don't want it to happen next year. It must happen this year. So it's going to happen this year. So if it doesn't happen, don't make the president, make the minister.
Cecilia can't contain her excitement. Let me quickly get her to react.
I'm so excited. I'm over the moon. I wanted to hear this news because for us to perform is for us to have that center. For us to perform is for us to have that arena, because we spend more money, Minister, I can tell you, in hiring these arenas. I mean, when we did the World Cup, we paid 27 million to the city ICC for just hiring it to host the World Cup. That 27 million would have changed a girl child's life in this country. We would have done so much with that money. We would have turned professionals. There's Netball South Africa 27 million. I can tell you that. So I'm so happy. Thank you to you, Minister, and thank you also to the Deputy Minister, Bogota, for fighting for us. And thank you so much to the President of the country. He keeps his promises. Not many does that. And thank you for having an open minister like me, because we tend to always want to criticize but not thank people. And I love your openness, and I love the way you're dealing with us. You know, when we are wrong, you tell us. When we are right, you compliment us. And people tend to always want to say wrong, wrong things when people do wrong, but they don't want to compliment. But thank you for being the honest and open person you are.
And of course, Guru Spectrum as well, because we always come bearing gifts that as Morning Live and the SABC, we may not be in a position to purchase, but thanks to all the generous sponsors that come on these drives with us who make it possible. So as you can see, I love these balls, that netball, soccer balls, all of these things we bring to the school. There are cones, and of course one of the other things that we brought here from SPA are sanitary towels for the girls, because at every match SPA goes on a drive to collect sanitary towels for our girls. But just getting back to you, Minister, again, this is the biggest sport for women, for girls. So if we are going to invest in our girls, we have to invest here.
You know, I've got a daughter that plays netball. And she taught me a very important lesson that we men must learn. I would get every soccer game. And then one day she went to my drivers and she said, my dad is going to the netball today. And there was a big soccer game happening. And I asked him, where are you going? He's like, sir, do you tell us to come to the netball? And my daughter said, was telling us, like, I told him to come here. We must be 50-50. But we men must understand that this has been the sport that has kept during apartheid. This is what kept my mom playing netball. Today my daughter's playing netball. This is a sport that will never die. And I want to say to the people of netball, we're going to change netball with the leadership we have now in netball. I can only see us going from strength to strength. And it's not just talk. I mean, when they go to the bar club, you were the one that people don't know behind the scenes. You do a whole lot of work that you want people to know. You were the ones that told me about Gibraltar. And you told me, no, you gotta do more. I said, I'm doing more. You're like, no, but you have to do more. And the more that I'm going to do is, I'm grateful, as I said to you, commit 1 million rand extra for the road to Gibraltar.
Thank you so much, Minister. And thank you for listening to those pleas and those cries. Because I think, as I say, without the sponsors, none of this can happen. So Celia, I'm going to put you on hold. I have to quickly ask you before we go, we have to head back to studio. The Jocelyn Smith trial. And I know it's got nothing to do with netball, but it's a girl child. You know, it speaks to the same issues by and large. And listening to what's happening there, listening to the testimony, and yesterday, you know, one of the police officers saying that you may have interfered with the investigation. Just your overall comment on what's happening in that trial.
Every 5 hours, a child gets lost in South Africa. Both of those children, or a majority of them, don't get found. I didn't know Jocelyn. I have on black and white, and everybody has it, where they said they closed the investigation for Jocelyn. After 6 days, they said they can't find it, they closed. That's when I stepped in. Now the investigation was closed. I stepped in. I said, I'll pay those pound money for helicopters, I'll pay for sniffer dogs. All of a sudden, we are looking, every suspect that you see in court, from Kelly to Buddha to Stephanie, we took them to the police station. We found those people. Now, if they say I'm interfering, I've got only one question for them. One question. When they were looking for the 2 suspects, Buddha and the mother, who did they call? Because they didn't know where they were. They called me. I told they called my bodyguard. My protector then said to them, it's fine, we put them in a hotel, we are guarding them here for them not to run away. We have never interfered. When the people, when they thought they found the grave of Jocelyn, the people didn't want to leave. The whole community. I was sleeping. The police woke me up to say I must come and assist. And I came and I asked the community, can you please go home? This was midnight. Please go home so that the cops can do their work. They couldn't get the community home. All I wanted, they mustn't make their incompetence want to blame me. There are cops that called me yesterday, they said, we are willing to testify on your behalf. I wanted to help. The Minister of Police, Dick Taylor, when the crowd was telling me, go away, I stood on my button. I said, don't do that. We must work with the police. So they must not feel embarrassed that every suspect they have there, and the main suspect, they've let go of him. They let go of the main suspect, that's the main story. Because the main suspect made a case against me. So they rather go for Gayton and find that person guilty. The main suspect is not there.
So who laid the charge against you?
Ayanda, that's the main suspect. If you want to know where Jocelyn is, you gotta get Ayanda. They let go of him because he laid the charge against me. They were more, this is more politics at play than anything. They said, we will arrest you. I said, please, be my guest. I will not even apply for bail. I will stay in jail so that I don't interfere if they say I'm interfering. But the truth shall come out. Johnson is still alive and they know. What they think we don't know is that 2 years ago, they gave Ayanda, the very same suspect, a tender in the mayor of Saldanha Bay. Giving not a tender, not even a gift of a startup for his business, car wash, giving all the equipment. All of a sudden, when Johnson got missing, the DA minister, Regan Allen, is coming, being allowed to speak to a suspect. Who's he? After speaking to a suspect, the suspect says, I kidnapped him. Who kidnapped somebody to the police station? I'm a leader. When the community said we're going to kill somebody, I go fetch that person. And I took it to the police station. On the video. How is that kidnapping? Well, if somebody want to kidnap me one day, I hope you also kidnap me to the police station.
Wow. Just as a by on the road to Gibraltar, just getting comment from the minister on a current affairs issue. But this is where we are this morning. We are in the east of Pretoria at the PS Fourie Primary School, and this is in Easterus, and we are doing what we always do here on Morning Live, the national mascots, and it's for netball this time around as we launch the road to Gibraltar. Minister, thank you so much. Gayton,
Can I
Mckenzie.
just say something to you? The t-shirt that the president of Netball gave me. It's a double XL. So just so you know, and it's fitting very nicely. Just so you know. Stop giving me 5XL. I'm no longer that person. There's a double XL and he's still a bit big, you know.
We can see the evidence. Thank you so much, Minister Gayton Mckenzie. And of course, Sakhina is the president of Netball South Africa, and we'll continue with her as we engage the school community here at PS Fourie. With that, it's back to you in studio. Are we clear? Thank you.
Sorry,
Thank you.
I forgot this then.
That was so cool. Thank you so much.
Honorable Gayton Mckenzie has done it again. And today they're talking netball on SABC News. So, Patriots, as you know, that the minister had said that the president said that he must prioritize building a netball arena for South Africa, Netball South Africa, and that is also a very important thing. So in this, seeing the minister coming into collaboration with the Netball South Africa, and then they also do state that they're very, very thankful for what the minister is doing, what the president is doing. Because Patriots, if you remember that, like the lady said, that they ended up spending 27 million rands just to book an arena for an event some time back. So you can just imagine just how much Netball South Africa would be able to benefit all the young ladies who still want to aspire being great in netball one day, them being able to go to these high performance centers, that this would also facilitate for them, which is very, very, very important. I cannot wait to see it come into tuition and just how quick it's going to come, because we got the action man, the action minister. Hopefully will deliver that very, very soon. So I just wanted to see more on how that goes. But Patriots, I don't know about you, but I have full confidence in the minister. I have full confidence in this arena coming into completion, hopefully this year or very, very soon. And one other thing with the minister, he is very, very human. Just see how much he is able to talk and actually just break character. In fact, not break character, to maintain character of being very joyful, very talkative, and accommodating to everybody. As you can see how he talks to Sakhina just after everything has been off air. This is a very relatable minister who is always in touch with reality. And reporters like Sakhina can see that He's not just a pretending person, but also Patriots. It's very, very beautiful to see things such as these, where we find you got ministers that are very, very dedicated to the work, like Gayton Mckenzie. And we always remain joyful, thankful to such ministers who are determined to bring change in South Africa and to the Patriots and to South Africans. And also looking at just how much he is able to do in such a short period of time, one could always remain just hopeful to see how things continue to go about with our honorable minister here. Patriots, 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 please continue to support the channel, continue to like, and continue to share, so that whenever anything new is dropped, I am able to share with you and you are able to receive. I love you guys. I love you a lot, and I hope to see you on the next video.
Sure, I would do ownership.